Okay. Hey, we're live. Welcome to the first episode of Director's Slice. I'm Chandler, this is Levi, and, we're just going to lay it out here. Look, this podcast, we're
no rules.
Yeah, we don't have a big budget, so we're here on a poker table with $30 mics and my old gaming rig. But we like movies, so we're just going to record and have a good time with it. We're going to just laying out what to expect, okay? Look, we're just here, okay? So if the audio sucks or it's a little loud, too loud, we'll try and fix it in post. But
cry about it.
Yeah, cry about it. Leave us mean comments.
Please. Bullying is my love language, actually.
Yeah, we're going to post on, this will be on YouTube and Spotify, Director's Slice podcast, and we're going to just go right into it, okay? So
it's actually D Slice Pod, remember?
That is the handle. It's D, the letter D, Slice Pod is the @ We're going to introduce ourselves and talk about our top 5 movies.
All right? Back and forth like you give me. Go 5 through 1 or 1 through 5?
5 through 1.
Okay.
We'll end on the number 1 spot. I think that's only fair. And then we're going to go to top 5 actors and why. And then, guys, for today's movie, we actually ended up watching back to back, but we're recording this on October 20th, but this will be released on October 31st on Halloween, so we're very excited for that.
For sure.
All right, well, you start with 5 and go up.
Okay, my number 5 is probably going to be Donnie Darko.
Why?
Because...
Why? Yeah, wait a minute.
I just like the creepiness of it. Dude, the feeling you get the first time you watch that movie, I wish I could get that back. There's like 2 movies where I wish I could get the feeling of the first time I watched it back. It's Donnie Darko and Seven, just because the way it makes me feel when I watch it.
I've never seen this movie.
You've never seen Donnie Darko?
My brother's seen it, and he says it's eerie.
It's life-changing, actually. My sister is terrified of the song they play at the end. It's like a creepy rendition of Happy Birthday.
See,
I don't actually remember.
You're selling this to me in a way where I don't know if
you want to watch it? Dude,
will I? I know yes. Jake Gyllenhaal is in it.
Oh, it's his best movie.
Shut up.
It
There's
is.
no way that's his best.
Dude, this is like put him on the map. This was a 2001.
Crazy. Okay. I mean, all right.
It's literally on the background.
I'm open for change. You
need to have LetterBoxd open at all times when we're doing this. Too.
Okay, well, I have like a top 4 here.
Yeah, I'm a top 4. The 5th one is just a hard one. The 5th one is the hard one.
Yeah.
2001, okay? And it's about time travel, which is beaten to death now.
Wait, what is this? Your 4th?
No, Donnie Darko.
Oh.
It's time travel.
You said 2001 like a space odyssey.
No, it's made in 2001, so Jake Gyllenhaal is a little baby.
Little baby.
So this movie put him on the map. And the rabbit is so creepy and iconic.
Yeah, I've seen the rabbit.
Dude, my friend has a tattoo of it on his ankle.
He's crazy. Why would he do that?
Because he's a big Jake Gyllenhaal stan.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's not what I thought it would be a number 5, but hey, you're coming out swinging. That's crazy. So my top 5. Look, I'm a classic man, right? I'm a big 80s dude. I'm a big war film guy.
All of my top 5 are post 2000.
Yeah, mine are either. Okay, you're making me regret. So we'll get this out of the way. Look, for both our top 5s, we're gonna lay this out there. Lord of the Rings are good movies, okay, but they're not in our top 5s because we think they are trilogies and they need to stay trilogies. So they're automatically good. Like they're S tier. Like we just know, for all you Lord of the Rings stands out there, like we get it. I know that they're good movies.
I do have one on here that's part of a series though.
That's fine. Okay. That's fine. But like those are all too collectively good enough to be like have one above the other to me personally.
Yeah.
But my number 5, if I had to pick, I guess I'd have to say like Back to the Future.
Okay.
I love Back to the Future because...
Dude, hot take. The 3rd one's the best.
Okay, yeah, you can turn your mic off and leave. That's a... Dude, how? I watched them all 3 in college for the first time in a while after really getting into movies, and I love the first one because there's just... I'm a big 80s guy, and there's just this fun like Spielberg element to it, you know, like adventure kind of. It's definitely got like a Goonies. It's not reflective of the Goonies, but it just gives me that like it's a Steven Spielberg magic, you know. Mm-hmm. I love like everything about it. It's just so fun to me.
The second one though, the fact that the amount of stuff they predicted right about the future is incredible though. Like they missed the Cubs winning the World Series by a year.
Really? Oh yeah, no, I've heard that stat. Yeah, that is crazy.
And like hoverboards and like microwaves and flat screen TVs and stuff like that.
That's crazy. But yeah, that's my number 5, and it's just to me. I think it's close to it. It's
great poster too.
It's a great poster, and it's
that's the only reason you said that because it's right there.
Well, yeah, but these posters on my wall are up there for me. But yeah, I love that movie so much.
All right, my top 4 are more solid than Donnie Darko. I kind of threw that one in. I was like, there was like 3 that I was shuffling between for number 5. Number 4 is 100% Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I've also never seen this movie.
Oh my god!
But
dude.
I had a roommate that loved this movie a lot.
Wes Anderson is the most, maybe not he's low-key the most original director ever because he just has his own style that no one else does. How many Wes Anderson movies have you seen?
I'm not a big Wes Anderson guy.
Well, that's because you haven't watched them.
You're right. I'm not,
so stop motion, just the art of it is impressive, and it's how long is this movie? I guess it's like.
He definitely has a style though. Like I'll give him credit there. Like I could see a trailer and be like, yeah, that's Wes Anderson. You know, like I could be like, yeah, that's.
I mean, it's hour and 27 minutes. It's
good length.
Yeah, but stop motion that takes forever to film.
Yeah,
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is 2 hours. It took him 1,000 days to film.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
But Fantastic Mr. Fox. And that dude, the cast on this movie, too.
I have heard.
George Clooney is Mr. Fox. Bill Murray's in it. Well, Bill Murray's in like every Wes Anderson movie. Meryl Streep, Jason Schwartzman, Willem Dafoe, Michael Gambon.
Dang, yeah, that is a stacked cast. I need to watch this movie.
And the fact that they say every time they would normally put a cuss word in there, they say "what the cuss." That's hilarious.
That is pretty.
They
get that PG rating.
Yeah, it's beautiful too. Like the set that they have.
Yeah, like I said before, I'll give credit to Wes Anderson because he does have a very original art style.
You got to watch like the background, the behind the scenes shots of like his rail shots where he has a camera on a piece of train track.
Yeah.
To shoot like the moving shots.
Uh-huh.
Because most of them are just like on a set.
Yeah.
You know, one shot.
And this is for Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yeah, most of his movies. But,
oh, wow.
Yeah, that one too.
Little mini rail.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my number 4 is another 80s classic. And I love it for 2 reasons. But it's the original Predator with Arnold.
Okay.
And I love it because of Arnold. And I love it because, dude, in terms of like, it was between this or Commando. Like if you've ever seen Commando.
Yeah, I've seen Commando.
Yeah,
Predator's way better than Commando.
I agree, but just the like masculine, manly man, and like
get to the chopper.
Yeah, the quotes from this movie, the practical effects of like the alien in that movie is insane.
The noise it makes.
The noise.
Terrifying.
I mean, CGI's a little rough around the edges. But
I don't know, man.
It's
It's pretty good. Special effects.
7. Yeah, 1987. I mean, dude.
The iconic scene of what's the bald guy's name when he's dry shaving and he cuts himself.
Oh yeah,
dude.
I forget. Wait, bald guy. Hold on. Bill Duke.
Yeah.
Bill Duke. Is Mac Elliott this guy?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That terrifying picture, by the way.
Yeah, that is. He's got to update his IMDb profile picture. Yeah, Predator for another 80s movie and just.
I bet none of your top 5 is outside of the 80s. Actually, no, I know.
I know
one that's going to be outside of the 80s.
I've got 2 outside of the 80s.
Okay.
I've got 3 outside of the 80s.
Oh, okay.
I've got 3. These are just the 2 80s ones.
Okay, well.
Which is surprising.
Donnie Darko is 2001. Fantastic Mr. Fox is 2009. That's the oldest we're going to get with mine. Mm-hmm. Because number 3 is Knives Out.
Knives Out is solid.
Yeah, Knives Out is... So mystery thriller is my favorite genre.
Is it because of Ana de Armas?
No, that's how I discovered her. That's definitely a part of it.
Same.
But I watched that movie.
Oh, I didn't discover her. I discovered Blade Runner.
I watched Knives Out before I watched Blade Runner.
Yeah.
2049. I watched that movie 3 times in theaters. Every time I watched it, there was something that I missed before.
The Knives Out?
Mm-hmm. Because you're trying to solve the mystery on your own.
See, that's interesting because I thought it was one of those movies where when I watched it, it's like I already know what's gonna happen.
Oh, what, like watching it again?
Like I know who did it.
Yeah, that's fine. But you go back and I was like, oh, I didn't see that part before. Maybe I would have solve the mystery if
That's
I've
true.
seen that part
That's
before.
true. I got to give that another.
And,
look.
okay,
I think
dude.
the cast in that stack too.
You want to talk? Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You want to talk about you like Fall,
Yeah, that is.
dude? Fall movie right
Wait, we
there.
should watch that for November. I think that's what you said.
Yeah, that's probably what I
You
said.
said.
Okay,
Knives
so,
Out.
yeah,
Hey,
sneak preview right here.
sneak preview. Yeah.
The sweaters in that movie
Yeah.
are insane. Chris Evans like white sweater when he goes to the little
Yep,
shop,
yep,
the little
yep, yep,
restaurant
yep.
with
I know
Ana
it.
de Armas. Oh my god.
Yeah, it is. It's like a thick knitted.
Yeah,
too.
with
It's
the
not
cool
like
patterns
thin,
on it.
Yeah, thick knitted.
And the part with like, was it when Ana de Armas was walking into the dark room with the light in the background where you can just see the silhouette of the body sitting on the chair and then the spider? That was kind of creepy.
I kind of remember what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
I gotta rewatch this movie.
That and then it was funny because Daniel Craig's Kentucky accent in that movie was hilarious.
Yeah, I remember people making fun of that.
No, but it was like a good.
But yeah, it's like,
addition.
hey, he's doing the best he can, you know.
Yeah, and the cast. Also, Jamie Lee Curtis was in that one.
She is.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween. Oh. All right. My number was that your number 3?
Yeah.
Okay. My number 3 is my favorite war film ever made. This is from 2014.
Ooh.
And it's got Brad Pitt and Shia LaBeouf, and it's
2014, low-key, maybe the greatest year of movies. Also,
it is Interstellar.
yeah, Grand
Came out
Budapest
the-
Hotel.
Yeah,
That's another Wes Anderson you haven't seen.
Yeah. Fury is my number 3 movie. I love this movie so much. And another thing about my top 5, something I take into account when I love movies and like rank them, is I also rank like, you know, what kind of effort went into making this movie. You know, like is it one of those like cookie cutter movies like nowadays, or is it one of those where, you know, they put some passion into it, some care for the way they did things. And if you've ever watched, I didn't know this, I actually learned this not too long ago, but the behind the scenes for Fury is crazy. It's a war drama about a tank crew in World War II, but it's really cool because they used actual tanks in that movie from a museum. They like rented them with highly trained museum people.
That was a good cast too.
Yeah, that is a stacked cast too.
John Barenthal, most underrated actor of all time.
Oh, he's great. He is a very good actor. And
He's one of my highest rated actors actually on LetterBoxd.
Are we gonna get his top 5 there? Maybe.
Best?
Well, no.
Favorite?
Yeah. Well, don't spoil. We'll
Yeah,
get there.
no.
But yeah, no. Fury. They have real tanks doing real like from World War II doing real things, and they created a whole fake tank box. Like if you ever look this up, just look it up. But like you can take panels out, and the actors would get into it, and like it was on hydraulics to like move around. It was wild. Like stuff like that. I'm like, okay, you put a lot of effort into it, and like it shows. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I love that about movies.
The fact that I didn't have a War One in the top 5 is kind of crazy. I also don't have my favorite director in any of my top 5. So, but
Quentin?
no, David Fincher. Mystery thriller, dude.
Yeah.
7, Gone Girl.
Yeah.
Zodiac. My number 2, funniest movie ever made, The Nice Guys.
Nice Guys is
Daddy Goss in there.
yeah,
Little
Mr.
Russell Crowe
Gosling.
action. Dude,
Wait,
that-
I'm surprised I don't have anything from Ryan Gosling in mind.
Holland March
I mean,
is
I-
the greatest character that Ryan Gosling ever played,
Yeah, he's dude,
and the funniest.
this is we'll get there in actors because
Yeah.
we'll get there, but
Yeah.
we're trying to hold on to the content.
Also,
here.
because that was set in the 70s, the costumes in that movie are incredible.
yeah, that movie
His like brown suit is awesome.
yeah, that movie's I do remember watching that movie and being like, dude, this like the costumes, the sets,
Dude,
it's funny. It's hilarious too.
it had been on my watch list for a long time, and I think in 2022 it came out on Netflix on like August 16th or something like that, and by November I think I'd watched it 3 times.
Jeez.
Because I watched it the first time and I was like, this is amazing.
I remember watching it with my dad, and the opening's a little.
I would have never watched that movie with my dad.
Yes. Well, okay, that's fair. But, but no, that movie is a solid movie. I just remember the opening and being like, whoa, this is not what I expected this movie to be. And then I'm like,
Yeah, a
wait.
little Lord of the Rings reference, Misty
Yep.
Mountains.
Yep. And it gets just what a mystery movie that is. That's
Yeah.
such a good one. Such a good one. All right, my second favorite movie of all time, and this is a recent movie. So this is in the 2020s, dude.
I don't know what this is.
A lot of people do like this movie, but it's Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously, like, I've always been a big fan of aviation in general, but like dude, this movie, again, when you have somebody who's passionate about it and they're like, yo, no, we're gonna put cameras in jets.
Yeah.
And we're gonna make this real. Like, it makes the movie theater experience so much better when you're like, they did that. Like,
that was the movie I went to where the fight broke out in the theater too.
Wait. Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Go ahead, share with the audience.
On Father's Day, whatever year that came out, 2022. Mm-hmm. Me and my dad and my sister went to watch it, and we were sitting like top middle, probably 3 or 4 rows down from the very top, and there was one kid in the top right corner that just kept yapping in like real quiet parts, and then the people above us got like popcorn thrown over them, and we turned around, and there was some dude like had knocked this kid out and like laid him over the chair and left.
Did he get arrested?
No, because he left. And when the cops came in, they were like, he's gone. Like, what do you want us to do? And so all of us missed like 5 minutes of the movie watching this fight break out. And we're like, oh, rewind the movie. So then my dad went outside and got them to rewind the movie to where it was when the fight broke out. And then when he came back, everyone applauded. And I was like, oh, dude, sick. That's my dad.
That was
the only time I watched the movie, too.
I've never had a movie theater experience like that, where it's like people fought.
Everyone else was like, oh my God. I was like, yo, this is sick.
Yeah, I've never had that happen. But I have had a weird movie theater experience, but we'll share that later. Yeah, no, Top Gun Maverick, dude, Tom Cruise is awesome. Mm-hmm. I love the realism in that movie. I think that was Glenn Powell's coming out party. Yep.
No Diddy.
Yeah, his rise to stardom, I would say, put him on the map, and now he's in everything.
Sorry, Spy Kids 3.
Yeah. And what was he? He was in one other thing too that like blew everyone's mind. They're like, "What the heck?" But yeah, no, he's in like everything now. Which,
fair.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. He's really good.
Hitman, great movie.
I love him. I'm like, yeah, he's the next big actor, and I'm like, I'm here for it. Yeah, Maverick's great. I love that movie.
All right, number ones. We know each other. You know my number one. Don't you?
You know mine.
I know yours.
I'm pretty sure I know your number one.
John Wick Chapter 3.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah,
that's solid. Those are great movies, just in general.
Just saw the car yesterday. I think it was from John Wick Chapter 2 though, when his Mustang was wrecked and he needed to send it back to get fixed. So just saw that in person yesterday. That was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Wick Chapter 3. I mean, I love the whole series, but the third one, I remember watching it. Summer of 2019 was when me and my friends all bought A-List at AMC. I watched 27 movies in theater that summer. John Wick was like 3 or 4 of them.
Man. This is Chapter 3, so this is
the kill count in that one was crazy.
Yeah, this is the dog one?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Halle Berry and the dogs.
That one, the scene where are we doing spoilers?
Yeah, okay. This is another preface for our podcast. We're going
the movie we're going over for sure.
We're going to spoil because, you know, I've listened to movie podcasts where they dance around it and it's just not it's not for me, and
it's just like an inside joke.
It's like I mean, if I know I want to watch it, I just won't listen to that person's pod until I watch it. But yeah, so look, we're gonna spoil the movie we watched tonight, and we're gonna spoil our top.
The scene when he cuts his finger off, dude. Yeah. I was just washing his hand the rest of the movie to see like, is his finger still off?
And it is. Yeah. I did the same thing. But no, that movie it's great. I like that movie a lot, and I love the John Wick series because they always seem to one up the last one. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that movie was going to be... Do you know that like that the first one was supposed to be straight to DVD, like in like a Walmart?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the second one went up the first one, but I think the third one went up the second one, and the fourth one was at least just as good as the third one.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Fourth one was crazy.
The fourth one is crazy. It is wild. My number one movie of all time, I have a poster of it on the wall, I have a Lego set in my room, is Jurassic Park from 1993. And I love this movie because I owned it on VHS when I was little, and I wore out the VHS so much because I loved it. It's, again, one of those movies where it's got, like, behind-the-scenes stuff that you're like, dude, Steven Spielberg just cared a lot for this movie. And, like, just fun facts, like, this movie, in my opinion, I actually did a presentation in college for this movie.
That would be fun.
I did. I argued why like how it changed cinema for a little bit, and the reason why, like CGI, like it came to an end where it could either do stop motion or computer.
Well, they used animatronics for most of them, didn't they?
Yeah, but for like wide shots.
Right.
Yeah, they had to use CGI, but they were going to go with claymation. And people were like, I don't know. And
I love claymation, but that would be weird.
It just wouldn't look right. So they ended up doing CGI, and I mean, my opinion, look, there are some scenes that don't hold up, but a lot of them do hold up to this day.
I can't think of one that doesn't hold up, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. I think all the effects hold up pretty well.
You a big Gallimimus guy?
No. You kidding me? A little chicken thing, a little ostrich thing. Give me the T-Rex. T-Rex is always my favorite.
Bro, okay, what's your favorite dinosaur? I know
T-Rex.
Dude, that's so.
I don't care.
Pachycephalosaurus. What is
that
wrong
one
with
is
you?
cool.
Yeah,
but the T-Rex is the king. It's the best.
Gallimimus
yeah.
guy. Who says that?
Chicken boy, man. What the heck?
They're big though.
They're what?
They're big.
Yeah,
you said ostrich. Ostrich.
For a relative to a human.
Yeah, but
for a dinosaur, it is the chicken of.
I have a dinosaur tattooed on me, so it's more into dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm. I think our lists are pretty solid, personal, but yet solid. Now we're going to top 5 actors, starting with 5 to 1, and why. And I'm going to start.
Give your favorite movie from that actor too.
Oh, dude. Okay.
Wait, come on.
Yeah, well, now I have to think.
Oh, you made a list. Okay.
Yeah, I made a list of actors. Wait, you can't look at it. What are you doing? You saw literally all of it.
No, I saw one. I saw one, but I don't know if that was 5 or 1. You'll tell me what.
Okay, my number 5 is Jim Carrey.
Okay, I know which one you're.
And I think the reason why I say that, I think he's just got so much range.
Why did you just make a Jim Carrey face when you said that?
Range.
Range. Smoking.
Yeah, I think, like, dude, he's comedically hilarious, and, like, I think, yeah, the way he can, like...
I don't think I could name 5 Jim Carrey movies right now.
The Grinch.
Yep. The Truman Show.
The Truman Show.
The Mask, which I've never seen, so probably, but I wouldn't...
Ace Ventura.
I've never seen that either, so it's like...
What's another one? I don't even know.
I just had one in my head.
You see, we're on the spot here because the recording.
The number 23. That was on TV one time.
Me, myself, and Irene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another one of his. But no, I think he's
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic. What? No, he's great. I think my favorite movie by him is.
Come on, there's only one right answer.
Grinch.
No.
Yes.
Truman Show.
Okay, well that's him being serious. Him and the Grinch is crazy. He's so good.
Well, yeah, but movie wise.
Okay, but like yeah.
Seaside.
Yeah. Okay, but you expect that from an actor. Like he is good.
No, that one is cool because
but he can go from the Truman Show to the Grinch.
True.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like you've got that range to be like I can act as crazy as I can be, but yet also be.
Well, if you want to say that, never mind. I was gonna say Adam Sandler. Uncut Gems, great movie.
I've never seen that one.
Oh my god,
I wanted to watch it.
The movie is insane. The ending of that movie, I had to pick my jaw up off the floor.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great. I'll have to watch it. Mm-hmm. All right, give us your number 5.
Number 5, Ryan Reynolds. Just because a lot of his movies suck, but they're watchable because of how funny he is. Like Detective Pikachu, trash movie, but it's watchable because he's so like the one-liners. He's so funny.
Now I'm editing my list because I've thought of I just thought of somebody that I'm like, yeah, wait.
But my personal favorite Ryan Reynolds movie is Deadpool and Wolverine. That movie was incredible. The one-liners in that movie.
Yeah, no.
He is Risen, baby girl.
Well, he also, that movie was like the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time.
Because of him. I mean, Hugh Jackman too, but Ryan Reynolds is...
Oh, dude, my list is so cooked now. You've got me double-checking my list.
Because of Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, because I just thought of like 2 others, and I'm like, oh, wait, they are good.
Okay, throw them in.
It's fine. I'll throw this one in, and then I'll throw in a...
Is this your number 4, or is this just an honorable mention?
No, this is my number 4.
Okay.
I'll do an honorable mention, though, at number 2. As like, hey, you almost made it in here, but
at number 2,
yeah, okay. Before the number 1. My number 4 is Brad Pitt.
Oh, he's my number 2 most watched.
I love Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I do too.
I again
Fury.
Range. He's in Fury.
Oh, yeah, dude, 7, incredible.
Bullet Train.
Yeah, Bullet Train was amazing.
7.
Shout out KJ. He said I look like 2003 Brad Pitt. So
that's a huge compliment. That's awesome. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Insane.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
Yeah, he's goated. I love.
And he's hot.
He is hot. Who? Yeah, who said that? That's crazy. Wait, who's that guy in the corner that just said that? There's someone.
Daryl.
Hey,
get out of there.
Daryl, leave. We're recording. We're on air. What are you doing here? I don't even know a Daryl.
Okay, wait, so
I don't even know.
what was your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
The Grinch.
Okay. What's your favorite Brad Pitt movie?
My favorite-
we know.
Fury.
This.
Yeah, dude,
okay,
come on.
Sure.
But like
I should give mine for each of yours, dude. And you should give me okay. So my favorite Jim Carrey movie, Truman Show. My favorite Brad Pitt movie, Seven.
okay, what was your last one? What was your number 5?
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. My favorite Ryan Reynolds movie. It's probably Deadpool 1.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's just him.
Yeah. Exactly.
he is perfect casting there.
I love that when actors are just like themselves in the movie, and people are like, "Oh, I don't like when they're the same person every movie." I think that if they're likable,
Now, yeah, that's
cool.
you used a key word there that most people don't understand is likable. Because
Yeah.
there are two that
because my number 2 is like that. We'll get there, but
my number 2 is like that.
okay.
But he has another factor that comes into play.
Yeah, and he's not always the same. But most of him, like most of his best movies, he is. But
Yeah, that's fair.
that's neither here nor
Okay, give us your number 4.
Number 4 is Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, solid.
Yeah. Okay.
I only
John
like
Wick-
him in John Wick.
Whoa. Yeah, it's because you haven't seen Point Break.
I have seen the new one.
The new one's
Not
awful.
old
The
one.
original, he's so good. And also, Keanu Reeves as Shadow is the greatest casting in cinema history.
Yeah, that is good. You know, I for a second there, I thought it was going to be Hayden Christensen.
Me?
I did.
Oh.
For Shadow? Because everyone thought that.
I didn't.
When the trailer came out and you heard the little voice at the end,
I didn't know
everyone was like, "Is that Hayden Christensen?"
Has he been
I was like, yeah.
Dude, the only thing he's been in the last 15 years was Obi-Wan.
Hey, give him a break, okay? He's great.
Yeah, well.
I love that man.
He has one
Wait,
character.
my favorite movie with him in it is John Wick 1.
Mine's John Wick 3.
Keanu Reeves. So
Yeah.
that's a solid pick. My
But
number.
a close second is Point Break.
So this is-
Watch Point Break.
I will.
Okay.
I need to. Because
It's so good.
you keep hyping it up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I need to. Okay, number 3. This is the one that made me second guess when you said Ryan Reynolds. Hugh Jackman. I think Hugh Jackman's insane.
Okay, name 5 movies that aren't X-Men by him.
Greatest Showman.
Okay.
Which
Haven't seen it.
Pretty solid.
Okay.
Put me on.
I can think of 2 right now.
He's in Prisoners. That's right. You don't have
That's
to-
100% his best movie.
Yeah, like I think his range, like dude, you can do
That movie?
You can do
dude,
a-
the acting in that movie.
That's what I'm saying. You can do a musical
Yeah. To Prisoners.
and sing like crazy.
Yeah.
Dude has pipes, bro. He's wild. He's got pipes.
He's got pipes.
of an angel, and he's got biceps.
Pipes also.
Pipes on his biceps.
Biceps.
I was trying to follow along there. Yeah, no, he's jacked. He's handsome, and he freaking
Okay, that's 2.
he can sing.
No, like movies outside
Oh,
of X-Men.
yeah. I think again, he's a perfect cast for that
I
role.
was just thinking of one. What was the other one?
don't know.
It was on your screen also. The Prestige.
Yep.
Great movie.
Yep. I remember that one.
One of the best Christopher Nolan movies, actually.
Oh, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
That's not even a hot take.
I don't know about that. We'll get okay. Whatever. Anyway, what's my favorite movie with him in it is Logan.
Yeah, well,
I liked Logan a lot.
what's his name? Oh,
Huge Jackman.
Huge Jackman.
Makes sense.
Hot take. X-Men Origins Wolverine was the first ever
out.
X-Men movie I saw
Get-
when I was
Don't say
9
it.
years old in theaters.
Don't say it.
I loved it.
Get out, please,
Dude,
Get
it's
out.
way better than the Wolverine. That movie was
No,
trash.
the Wolverine's so good.
Not compared to X-Men's Origins.
Yes, it is.
Whatever.
Bro, X-Men Origin Wolverines is oh gosh,
Dude, I don't understand why people hate it.
it's so bad.
No.
It's so bad, bro.
That was
He's
just
got
nostalgia.
CGI.
Hey, it's just nostalgia for me, okay?
He's got CGI
Nostalgia.
claws.
Bro, he's running around butt naked.
Okay, well, is that why? Is that
I
yeah?
just
I
like
know.
that
Quit cheesing over there. Quit cheesing. It's exactly why.
I think my favorite Hugh Jackman movie, even though I already said Deadpool and Wolverine, so I'm not gonna say that one again. Probably Prisoners.
That's true. I forget about Prisoners.
is
Prisoners.
an
He is.
intense movie.
He is.
He
Yeah.
is
I watched that with my
unhinged in that
family when I
movie.
came home on
Dude,
weekend.
why are you watching stuff with your family?
Because we're a movie family. Okay.
Dude, I watch like the Santa Claus
You
with my family.
watch it by yourself in your room alone.
Yes. Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. we gotta change that. You gotta invite me over. Come on now. What's okay? No,
was
you're
number 3.
number 3.
Oh, that was your number 3, Hugh Jackman. My number 3 is Jason Statham
Why?
because he's so British That no, because of the fact that he's so well trained in martial arts. The fact that like all the stunts he pulls and stuff like that, he can do in real life.
That's true. He is a pretty talented human being.
But his accent is also incredible.
See, for me, he just plays the same dude.
Well,
and doesn't change anything about it.
But I just
like ever since the 2000s, dude, he's been the same guy, the bald British man.
And he's got. I like a lot of British entertainment. I watch Love Island and like Beta Squad and Sidemen.
Exposed.
Guy Ritchie, dude.
Okay, well that's
British entertainment is incredible.
But if you're talking about The Gentleman, Guy Ritchie, which is one of our favorite movies.
Yeah, well, and he's not. But he's
there's an actor in there that I would pick over him.
Oh, Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but I've seen like 2 Charlie Hunnam movies.
Okay, well,
it's like that.
Pacific
I never
Rim
watched Sons of Anarchy. Okay, 3
is goated.
I've seen, yeah, and King Arthur. I've seen that one.
That one's all right.
But like, have you seen like Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? Like OG Guy Ritchie movies.
That's true. I have not.
Yeah,
and I've been told to. So
Wrath of Man also came out. In
Wrath of Man is good.
Super good.
Wrath of Man is good. That's a good rec. That is a good rec. I remember that movie.
I think my favorite Jason Statham movie, Wrath of Man, is close, but I think it's got to be Snatch. Snatch is so good. If you want to watch, you want a reason to watch that movie, Brad Pitt is Irish in that movie, and it's hilarious.
I have seen clips from that movie.
You cannot watch that movie without closed captions.
Yeah.
They're all speaking English, and you can't understand what any of them are saying.
Yeah.
And I watched Love Island with no captions. So
you're goated. You're built differently. My favorite movie with Jason Statham is probably Wrath of Man.
Yeah, super good movie. I remember rewatching it. I was like, dude, I forgot how good this movie is.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The action in that movie
Very
is
good.
incredible.
My number 2, it's the man. Now, this is where I said he does play himself in a lot of, well, not necessarily. Early career, doesn't really play himself that much. Late career, yeah, he plays the same person over and over again. But I think he has an edge up because he does his own stunts and he does crazy stuff. It's freaking MF and Tom Cruise, bro. Tom Cruise is goated, okay?
Yeah.
Listen, and if you say no,
No.
he is.
If you say no, it's just because you don't like Scientology and you're whatever.
Yeah. Okay, look,
no, we don't either, but
we don't have to
care.
acknowledge that. Yeah, we don't have to acknowledge that. But look, my man is out here flying planes. He's out here doing Mission Impossible stunts. He's out here also making movies
that's
like.
Those are my same reasons for like Jason Statham though.
Okay, but he's also doing Rain Man and Jerry Maguire and freaking Risky Business.
I've never seen Jerry Maguire Risky Business.
Oh, Jerry Maguire's goated. I watched it for
Have you seen Cocktail?
Time. No.
You're not missing much, but
I thought you were gonna be like, it's insane, dude. You gotta watch this. No, freaking yeah. Like I think early career, Tom Cruise is crazy. He's in a villain in one movie, and I haven't watched it. I gotta watch
Collateral.
it. Yes,
it's a good movie. I was just looking at because Jason Statham's in that.
Yes, I gotta watch that movie.
His hero, dude. Tropic Thunder. Tom Cruise.
Yes, dude. Okay, yes, I forgot
he's bald and fat.
It's so good. That is one of the funniest.
He's kind of the villain in that.
That's one of the best cameos in any movie I've ever seen. It's when Tom Cruise. Well, yeah, but like
he's just not.
I didn't expect him.
He's a side character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. Your number 2. Oh wait, you got to list your favorite Tom Cruise movie. Mine is probably one of the Mission Impossibles. Or no, actually, Jerry Maguire. Screw that.
Oh,
Jerry
I
Maguire.
don't even know why I'm looking this up. My number 1 is 100% Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
That's an insanely good Mission Impossible movie.
That is my favorite Mission Impossible.
That is mine as well.
There's other ones that are probably like I think Fallout's probably a better movie, but Ghost Protocol
is crazy.
Yeah, I also love Simon Pegg in those movies.
I also love Mission Impossible movies.
Me too. Super excited for
you number 2. Oh yeah.
My number 2, who was my number 1 growing up my whole life, is Will Smith.
Why?
Because this is the one where I said he plays the same character in most of his movies, aside from like I Am Legend and After Earth, which most people try to forget After Earth anyways. But I Am Legend was a really good movie. But most of the times, he's just one-liners and funny. But it's action, like Bad Boys. Have you seen the Bad Boys movies?
I've not.
Dude, great movies. Grew up watching Men in Black, and then grew up every year for my birthday we'd watch iRobot. And he's kind of a little more serious in iRobot than he is most of the time.
Yeah.
Shark Tale, dude.
Okay, yeah, no, him and Shark Tale's crazy. That movie
Shark Tale. And then one of the worst movies I've ever seen, Spies in Disguise. He still has good one-liners in that movie.
Is that the pigeon movie?
Yeah, that's the one with him and Tom Holland. That movie is awful. I hated that movie. But yeah.
Why the pigeon movie?
iRobot is great. Men in Black 3, my dad cried in the theater. I just aired him out, I guess, but such a good movie. The first Men in Black. Classic.
Aired him out, I guess.
But yeah, my favorite Will Smith movie is iRobot.
My favorite mine's probably
You want to see a list?
no, off the top of my head, I'd probably say Men in Black 1.
Yeah, so good.
It's
also the Men in Black ride at Universal is amazing.
It's goated. Okay, my number one actor, getting to
We have the same number one.
it's Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
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 We're literally him. And he's literally us. No.
Yeah, I wish, dude.
I wish, too. No.
Hey, I'm going for a drive this weekend.
Yeah. Is that right?
Do you want to come?
Walk away. You gotta walk away. No, I think he's got so much range.
He's also hilarious.
And I was gonna say his comedic timing.
I didn't start watching him until I was like 20.
I
was like, what have I been missing my entire life?
There's also a reason why whenever he's hosting SNL, bangers.
Yeah.
Bangers.
Dude, the whole reason I watched the Oscars this past year was because I knew he was going to perform Ken on...
Yeah, that whole run
television.
of... Dude, it's like whatever actor he's with, he's got chemistry.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Him and Emma Stone.
Have
you seen Crazy Stupid Love?
Him and Emily Blunt.
Oh, yeah. Have you seen Crazy
And Russell
Stupid
Crowe.
Love?
Russell Crowe.
Margot Robbie?
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
great. He's
Oh,
hilarious. Yeah. He's funny. He's got great comedic timing. He can really...
He's so hot.
He is...
Say pause. I dare you.
Pause.
Play.
Play. Hey, I'll play. Fast forward.
Blade Runner 2049?
Yeah. Blade Runner.
Probably his best movie, but not my favorite Ryan Gosling movie.
In terms of acting?
Yeah. And just like yes, acting, but also just like the movie overall.
Yeah, that's a good movie. He's just got so many
Bangers.
He's got movies like it's crazy as he'll go.
He's got underrated movie. I'm telling you, watch Stay. Great movie.
No, he literally will go from like doing Drive to like Barbie.
Dude, he
Like,
did
that's
Nice
what-
Guys and Blade Runner back-to-back years.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like he'll go from like a serious movie. Now those movies didn't come out the same year, but for me, what I said,
Yeah.
but yeah, he'll go from like Blade Runner to freaking Nice Guys.
Have you seen The Place Beyond the Pines?
I've heard of it.
It's depressing. Well, that's where he met his wife.
Oh, is that her?
Yeah.
Dang, so lucky.
Eva Mendes.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's her. Okay, so what? that's crazy. We have the
Well, we know what my favorite is. Mine's The Nice Guys.
Yours is the Nice Guys.
Drive is a close second, though. Drive's a great movie.
I might have to do the Nice Guys as well.
Yeah.
Like
La La Land is really good, but
Oh.
every time I rewatch it, I turn it off for the ending.
okay. Well, I like to
Just makes me sad.
feel. I like to feel there at the end. But
I'm an
yeah,
emotionless
I
robot
would
and
say
I'm
the
trying to
Nice
stay that
Guys.
way.
Nice Guys is my favorite movie by him because yeah, he's got that. No, actually, I really like the Fall Guy.
I like The Fall Guy too, but it's not my favorite.
That's fair.
I think I gave it a 4.5 on LetterBoxd.
Hey, you guys know what else is scary? The fact that we have like the same top number one actor, me and Levi. You know what's so scary? Michael Myers in the hit movie Halloween from 1978.
Nice.
Let's get into that.
Dude.
We just took a little break to do whatever, and Levi just told me I said goated like 40 times, so I apologize. Okay, so I'm gonna work on that. I'll call him out. Okay, so we're gonna go into the movie here, but we're gonna play this game, quick game. How much, Levi? Do you think? How much do you think this movie cost to make?
$85K.
$85K?
No, that's an awful guess.
Final answer?
No, $250,000.
Ooh, okay, you're close.
Okay.
You're close. The budget. I asked you how much do you think it cost, right?
Yeah, just the budget.
Yeah, budget was $325,000.
Oh wow.
Which is that's a cheap movie I guess for the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
I mean, it's definitely cheap now too, but
how much do you think it made? Oh wait, I gotta find the right one here.
I don't know what a normal movie would make in 1978.
Yeah, you gotta.
$112 million.
No, you're overshot by a lot.
No.
Domestically, it made $47 million.
See, I had no idea what the range was there.
Yeah, that's fair. But that's insane. Yeah. So okay, $47 million. That's
So
impressive.
it's about a $46.5 million profit.
That's impressive.
More than that.
That is impressive. Okay, we're going to get into Halloween here, guys. Me personally, wow. That's crazy. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna get into Halloween here, and we're gonna give you. Let's just give overall initial thoughts. That's what I have here.
All right.
Overall and initial thoughts, Levi.
How many times have you watched it? What time was that for you?
I probably the third or fourth time.
Okay, that was my second. I said on LetterBoxd, I said it helps having watched all of the awful sequels and remakes to rewatch this one. I think seeing how bad all the other ones were made that one a lot better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because the first time I watched it, I just kind of thought it was boring.
Sorry, the bourbon I'm drinking just hit me hard.
You're drinking what?
Bourbon.
Jeez.
I know. Put some hair in your chest, man.
I shaved mine off.
Okay. Cut that out. No, dude, so after watching... So this past weekend, I went home to Montgomery to see my family. And me and my dad and mom watched the original Friday the 13th, which was made in 1980.
Mid.
Yeah.
At best.
Yeah, for slashers,
Like a solid 2.5.
This is such a good slasher.
Halloween?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way-
Definitely, especially compared to Friday the 13th.
Yeah, way better. Now, I haven't seen the second one in a while, like Friday the 13th, but dude, Halloween 1, it's
Halloween 2 is also better than the original Friday the 13th.
yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, this movie, for my overall initial thoughts, I think, I mean, we'll break down the movie. I've got a little outline here, and we'll break down what certain aspects of the movie that we liked. But, dude, I mean, from soundtrack to cinematic shots that were taken. Taken.
That'd be the score also, not the soundtrack.
Score. You're right. Score and soundtrack. Wait, I just said that twice.
Score, shots,
and shots and
acting.
Now acting for 1978.
I mean,
it's okay. It's acting.
I mean, all acting is better now than it was then, anyways.
But yeah, I mean, this movie, man. If you're looking for a great Halloween movie, they're just.
It's in the title.
It's in the title, dude. It's in the title. All right, so let's dig into the plot. I'm gonna bring my notes out real quick.
Also, I would recommend watching this movie, then going and watching the Rob Zombie 2007 remake, and coming back to this movie, because the only good part of the Rob Zombie version is he goes way more in depth onto the backstory of Michael Myers as a kid. If you haven't seen that movie,
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. We don't get enough.
Dude, he goes in. It's like
food there.
The first 30 to 40 minutes of that movie, maybe not 40, probably like 30 minutes of that movie are just him as a kid. Like, it shows him building up to where he gets the anger from to just kill his sister.
Oh.
And he also
He's like
kills his sister's boyfriend and he kills his stepdad first. Then he kills his sister's boyfriend. Then he kills his sister. And then he gets taken to the facility.
Hospital,
Yep. Where Dr. Loomis is. And his mom comes and visits him. And he goes crazy on a nurse at the facility. And then it shows his mom kill herself.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
So it helps you understand a lot more, going back and rewatching this.
Yeah, I mean, also, again, this movie had $325,000 budget, so, I'm sure they were just let's just make a guy who kills people. They weren't really given...
But it makes the movie a little bit cooler.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, this movie opens with just the setting is great, right? You get that awesome score by John Carpenter going crazy.
The glowing orange letters.
Glowing orange letters, glowing pumpkin as we zoom in. And then I'm pretty sure it just cuts... It's little baby Michael from POV.
Yeah, the POV shots.
By the way, spoilers. Okay, we're going hard. I know we said that, but we're going in on spoilers.
That was my first note. Opening POV shots, fire.
Yeah, he's outside at first, or is he inside? No, he's outside and he goes inside.
And then he puts the mask on, so you're seeing through two eye holes.
Yeah, just crazy.
Yeah,
such a good.
Kind of hard to see, but
such a good way to film it, though. Kind of makes you feel claustrophobic and everything. But yeah, I
think those are only POV shots in the film too.
No.
Well, later it's over the shoulder. It's not really.
No, it's also POV.
I don't remember.
Anyway, whatever. I'll have to see what my notes say. So we'll just open with the scene where they're driving up to the asylum too. I love that part. And there's just people outside. Dude, I would be no, I'm gonna turn around the car.
Oh yeah.
See you later.
There was given Shutter Island vibes.
Yeah, dude. They're like behind the chain
The
link.
creepy people walking around outside. The one lady's like turned around.
Yeah, okay, you can chill with that. Okay, you're looking at me like crazy over there. But
You can see the lady I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, and it's haunting.
Terrifying,
So
yeah.
let's not do that.
M-O.
Dude, Josh is gonna kill you, bro. Josh, the fact that you just said that. Let's get into the plot here. So we're gonna talk about the story and what we think worked and what didn't, and character arcs and stuff. I think for the story, I think it's very bare bones in a good way. You know, it's one of those just simple premise.
It's simple, but
Guy gets loose.
it was the first one of those.
Yeah, but it's
You
also
have to think about that while you're watching it, though.
it's also complicated enough to have like a little bit of like, oh, this is a crazy person. This isn't just like
And
it's not like a immortal being like Jason.
it's
walking around.
realistic and plausible. Like,
Yeah, this is
there's
a
nothing
crazy guy.
like insane about anything happening in that movie, for real.
Yeah, and it's just a crazy guy gets out, and what I got from it is he's
Crazy guy with a crazy motive.
Yeah, when you kind of figure that out in part 2,
Yeah.
the motive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't
if you watched just part 1, the motive I got was like, actually the motive I got is he probably went because he goes back to his house, and the motive I got is Lori approached the house
while he was in it.
while he was in it to put the key on the desk saying like, hey, I'm like, we got to sell the house.
Because her dad's a realtor.
Her dad's a realtor. So I'm
Adopted dad.
my without seeing the second one, because I know what happens in the second one, but without seeing the second one, if you just watch this one, my take is like, okay, he's just like, hey, she's trying to take my house. I'm gonna go crazy, right?
Really? That's what you
That's
thought?
what I mean. If I hadn't knowing what I know now,
I don't remember
that's
what I
what
thought when I watched it.
that's
the
what I
first
get.
time,
Is like,
Yeah.
he's probably like, oh, she's trying to get rid of my house.
Yeah.
I don't like that. You know, this is where I could stay. But also, once you've watched part 2, you figure out the real motive. But you guys should watch part 2. The only thing I would say that didn't work for me in this movie, there are some just awkward bits.
Why was Loomis so calm in the first one and he was
Yeah,
insane in the
like
second?
yeah, that's another. That is,
I said he's terrified of Michael Myers, but doesn't really warn anybody else about him.
Yeah, he's like, this guy's crazy.
But he says that after he's killed like 3
This guy eats dogs. And
Oh
then-
yeah,
and then
that
he-
was insane.
And then he doesn't tell. Yeah, I wrote down. Where was it?
Dead dog in Myers' house. Oh, it's
I
still
wrote,
warm.
Dumb plan. Remember when they go to the house and he's like,
I'm gonna wait here for him.
I'm gonna wait here for him
Yeah.
and don't call it in.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Tell your guys to shut their mouths and keep their eyes open.
if you know how capable he is of just this,
Yeah, he's like, oh, I've worked with him for 15 years.
why
And
would
says
you
some-
not initiate like a freaking citywide manhunt lockdown? You know, like get everyone inside. Nobody should be outside at this hour because there's a freaking psycho out. But no, he's like, I'm just gonna chill in the house and hope he comes back like a bear.
Yeah.
And then, hey, don't tell your boys what's going on. Just tell them to.
He wishes he was a bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
Anyway,
The one scene when Lori sees him stand beside the bush, and then he pops back behind it, and she tells her friend.
yeah.
Her friend just walks up to the bush, and Lori was more than willing to watch her friend just get murked. Just didn't even. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, don't go over there.
Also, yeah. So like,
He's like, oh, let's see if she dies.
for stuff that didn't work as well, like what you're saying is like, yeah, there's a couple bits where it's like, Lori sees this dude
Like 9 times.
and is not phased. She sees him outside class.
Yep.
She sees him
When she gets home.
And what's crazy is, okay, she sees him outside class. She spends 10 seconds reading something, looks back, and the car and him are gone. It's
Yep.
like, okay,
She sees him outside class. She sees him 2 or 3 times on the walk home from school.
yeah.
She sees him when she gets home.
The bushes.
Yeah.
That one is, because you can see him clear as day, and you're like, that's not a person. Like,
right.
the mask.
Dude, he's like 50 yards in front of her.
Yeah.
If that.
No, shorter than that.
Yeah.
It's like
20, man.
20. Yeah, I was about to say. It's like 20 yards. You can see that. I would be terrified. And then she sees him in the,
When did the car drive by? That was the same time.
that was while they were walking home.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking about the scene where she gets home and she sees him in the backyard.
Yeah. And then she started to freak out a little bit,
The
but
dryer
delayed.
sheets. I'm like, dude, come on.
She sees him, looks at him, disappears,
When
and
is
then
it-
she flips out and closes the window.
Yeah, when is it going to be like, uh-oh, something weird's going on? But that's probably the only thing that didn't work for me. It's just there's a couple of things where you're like, well, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then that besides, I mean, I get that it's Michael Myers, but like him getting shot, like stabbed and whatever. And
surviving.
And he just like
that one was a little more. I mean, he did get shot 6
but
times,
like
then compared to some of the other ones, dude.
Yeah, I know. We don't have to spoil those for people. They can just use it.
We're gonna spoil the best one, all the other ones that are
okay,
some of the worst
fair,
movies
fair,
ever made.
Fair. But I think that those little scenes where like he gets jabbed, and I get like it's Michael Myers, right? It's Michael Myers. He's like freaking possessed by evil itself.
Yeah.
But it's like I could use a little bit of like, I mean, I don't know, because I think a part of the charm is like, it is what it is,
Right.
Like we just wrote it this way, but I think
just turn your brain off.
Yeah, but I do think like having just a little like he's the devil himself, or like something like that explains what's going on.
I do like. Okay, let's talk about stuff we do like, because I feel like that was like 5
I think
minutes
we were hating on it. Look, this movie's great.
The build up to the first kill is amazing. Having watched the other ones, and sometimes he's killing people like the first 5 minutes of the movie. The build up was a lot better.
I'm trying to think of the kills. Who do we have? We had.
Who's the first kill?
It's
is it Annie.
It's
Annie.
Annie.
Yeah,
it's the babysitter. Mm-hmm. But here's another thing this movie does great, dude. Building suspense for like stuff like so like the way John Carpenter shoots some of these shots, and this will kind of go into visuals too. Building suspense for this movie, in certain scenes it's better than a lot of modern scary movies. Like,
yes, a lot of times they try to start the movie with a kill and then like build up to something later.
Yeah.
Or just start out just straight killing.
This movie plays it slow.
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit piece by piece.
Respect.
We start seeing weird things happen, and it's like, oh crap, this is weird. This is getting weird. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we missed.
One thing that I wrote, or a couple things that I wrote. You can hear him breathing. That's terrifying at the beginning.
Yeah.
You can't. The first two, you can hear him breathing a little bit. You don't hear that at all. He doesn't make a single sound like most of the rest of the movies.
Well, I think, for suspense reasons, I think that is something about the directing of this movie that as well is like
kind of Darth Vader-y.
Every time he's close to one of our characters, or he's about to kill one of our characters, you hear the like a muffled breath and a rubber mat. Like they did such a good job of just making it seem like, oh, he's here.
Yeah,
he's somewhere, but we can't see.
And if you
him.
Heard that, like the hair on the back of your neck would stand up.
Yeah, I would.
But. And I thought it was interesting when the first kill that you hear him like grunt while he's stabbing. You don't hear that in any of the other movies. He makes realistic.
Wait, the first kill is his sister.
True.
Yeah.
So that was pretty, but that was just a backstory.
So the first real kill is Annie in the car,
and you hear him grunt while he's stabbing. And realistically, if you're going to put in that much effort swinging a knife, you're going to make noise.
Yeah.
But in all of the other movies, he doesn't make any noise in his
But
films.
even so, like the reason why that kill is great.
I respect that. Is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. There's a little realism there. The other thing I like about that scene is she gets in the car first, and she tries to. It's locked. So she goes back to the house, grabs the keys. She's gonna pick up her
boyfriend,
boo thing, Paul.
In fact, I didn't remember his name.
Paul.
I don't think we ever see Paul on screen. That's how
we don't. But what I like is when you come back. I don't know if you noticed this. It was unlocked.
The car.
She didn't unlock it. She just pulled the handle and it opened. So I'm wondering if that's interesting. So it's like, oh, he unlocked it for her. And then when she gets in, there's it's humid in the car.
Oh yeah.
That's why she looked at
the windshield.
The windshield, and she's like, I can't see a thing.
Yeah.
And that means someone's in here breathing heavily. And then
I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's such a good build up.
Yeah.
And so then he pops up behind the seat and he stabs her. Yeah, he cuts her throat.
No, he chokes her a little first.
He chokes her a little, and then slits her throat.
Yeah.
And so that's a good kill. Our next what's our next kill? Is it the two lovers that show up to the house? I think it is.
Yeah, her other friend and her boyfriend.
It's Bob
and Linda.
Mm-hmm. Bob and Linda pull up in a van, and because I think Annie's plan was to get
crazy line by Bob, by the way.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second, and we'll get into that. But basically, Lori is babysitting a boy across the street from her friend Annie, who's babysitting a little girl across the street from each other. Well, Annie is like, oh, I really want to see Paul, so she leaves Lindsay, the little girl
that she's
10,
babysitting. Lori's babysitting Tommy.
She leaves.
And Lindsay's got a little crushy-wushy on Tommy.
Yeah, so she's like, I want to see Tommy.
She's like, don't you want to watch a movie with Tommy Doyle?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah.
Mr. Doyle? Let's go see
Mr. Doyle is crazy.
Mr. Doyle. And so she drops Lindsay off, and she's like, I'm going to go pick up Paul. And I think her plan is to just have like a little hangout fling with
Paul.
her friends, Bob.
Oh yeah, Bob and Linda.
And Linda and Paul. Like, I think that's
At Lindsay's parents' empty house.
Lindsay's parents' empty house. Well, so she dies, then Bob and Linda pull up in like a van.
Yeah, and they think Annie and Lindsay are inside the house, so they're not getting anything too crazy yet.
Yeah, they're not. So then they go upstairs.
Yep.
And, have a little...
Well, because they get a call from Lori saying, oh, Lindsay's over here. And she's like, oh, Lindsay's not even here. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go upstairs, yeah.
Yeah.
So they go upstairs, they get a little PG-13, and then Linda's like, yo, give me a beer, Bob.
Yeah.
So Bob's like, all right, I'm going to get her a beer. When I say suspense, this build-up is crazy.
Goes to the kitchen, doesn't turn a single light on.
Pitch black.
That I wrote that down, whole movie. And then Lori comes in the house. When we get to that part. When Lori goes to the house later, no one's turning any lights on. Mm-hmm. If I walk in and I try to flip a light switch and it doesn't come on, I'm leaving. I'm not, let's go find the... This isn't Phasmophobia. I'm not going to find the breaker.
I'm going to go turn the breaker back on.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of walk around. Which, can we talk about the jack-o'-lantern by the bed upstairs?
Yeah, looking straight at them while they're...
They have a whole freaking real jack-o'-lantern. Lindsay's parents.
They are
on the bed
making love in the bed, and the jack-o'-lantern is staring at
the
them.
bedside table. Jack-o'-lantern's just there, dude. What a scene! I walk as soon as that popped up, I was like looking at Levi, like, dude, you see the actual jack-o'-lantern beside them. Bob goes downstairs to doesn't turn freaking lights on. I wrote though the suspense of the Bob scene is great. Because there's so many, the way it's framed, and we'll get to that in visuals, but the way it's framed, the way it's shot, you're kind of looking around in the darkness, like you're like, is he there? Is Michael like? Yeah. Where's he gonna pop out? You know? And I think that's what this movie does good. Is it like you don't know, like he could be anywhere, and they frame it in a way where it's like it kind of keeps you guessing to look a certain way, and then nothing comes from that, and then you're like, okay, where else is?
Because you're trying to keep yourself from getting jump scared.
Yeah. Well, then you hear the breathing, and Bob thinks it's Linda.
The first part is when the back door creaks open.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him about that.
I'm all the way out on that one.
Yeah.
I was like, door creaking open when Bob gets a beer. I'm taking my beer, and I'm, Linda fend for herself.
Yeah. Linda, look, honey, love you, but the door creaked on its own.
Yeah.
And it's open while we were upstairs.
I'm all the way out on that.
Yeah.
Actually.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Grabbing the keys and out.
Yeah. I wouldn't even leave my keys.
You're just walking?
Dude, first of all, would have had all the lights on.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I've seen Gremlins, all right? Turn all the lights on. Creepy stuff doesn't come out in the light. Well, sometimes, but not Michael Myers.
Yeah. So the door creaks. He goes and shuts it, right? Is it breathing that he hears? He hears breathing.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's Linda. He's like, Linda. I'm like, there's no time. Or does he think it's Annie? No, he thinks it's Annie.
I guess they don't know that she's gone or not. Because then he opens the closet door, pantry, whatever it is.
He opens the pantry, nothing's there.
No.
The first time he opens it, nothing's there. And that's when you're kind of like...
The same door?
It's the one across the way.
Oh, the one that he gets.
Yes. And he goes, oh. Like, you're kind of like, oh, you're expecting him to jump out, nothing's
Fake
there.
Jump scare.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
Okay,
I'm at ease. But the breathing's still there. Mm-hmm. Then he opens the next one, and it's Mr. Myers.
Comes straight out. Not even a wait anything. As soon as he opens the door.
Like, bull rushes him.
Yeah.
Pushes him against the pantry. Picks him up.
Same size as him, too.
Freakish strength, though, to pick this.
Yeah.
This dude's muscular, too. Bob?
Yeah.
In shape.
They're both probably 6'1" or 2, 220 pounds.
Yeah. Pins him to the freaking door with a kitchen knife. Yeah. I don't know if that's possible, but it is a cool shot.
Yeah.
The shot at there is... it could be a wallpaper. It's crazy. But Bob deserves it for the freaking line that he said earlier.
Oh, my God.
We glanced over this. I just remembered it. So Lindsay is the 10-year-old girl that
Annie
is babysitting. Now, because this is a cheap movie, so the line was...
We looked up at Reddit.
We looked it up on Reddit, but the line was we were watching. I did a double take. We had to pause it.
I had to tell you. I was like, what did he just say?
Yeah, and we stopped it and rewinded it. But he was like, I'm going to take your clothes off. And she's like, I'm going to take your clothes off. And then he's like, and then we could take...
Whoa. He goes, I'm going to take your clothes off, and you're going to take my clothes off. And then we're going to take Lindsay's clothes off. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Lindsay's 10.
Levi was like, is that not the little girl? And I rewinded it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this dude is weird. And I ended up looking it up because I was like,
we have a P. Diddy sighting inside.
Yeah, I was like, there's no way this... Like, there's got to be an explanation. And what everyone on the internet thinks is, since this is a cheap movie, and it is a movie that was made like very low budget, and this actor was probably not very well known.
No.
He probably hadn't seen the little girl, Lindsay, or Annie in any of the rehearsals and shots for the day.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he just saw his names on a script, so he didn't know. And he probably got Annie and Lindsay's names mixed up, if I'm being honest. That's probably what happened. There's no way it's intended for...
Still saying Annie... Annie's... at least it's legal, but it's still crazy.
It is a crazy line. Yeah. Like, I was like, no way, that can be on...
And Linda didn't bat an eye either, which is...
Yeah, that's why I'm like, insane. That's got to be a... Mistake on the actor's part. Just miscue of the lines there. Yeah, pins him against the door, and then he goes upstairs. This is a hilarious shot to me. He goes upstairs,
with the sheet.
He opens the bedroom door with a sheet and Bob's glasses on, and she's like, Michael Myers is. And Linda's like, Bob, what are you doing?
Like anything you see?
Strangles her, dude. He walks up after...
Are you going to give me my beer?
She answers the phone without saying a word and strangles her to death.
Oh, so one thing I wrote down on that is, do you think Linda thinks that Bob killed her?
Yeah. Well, the sheet came off.
She was turned around. She never saw him.
Oh, man, that is crazy. Yeah, well, then maybe... I was thinking
maybe died thinking Bob's killing her.
I was thinking maybe the sheet came off and that she looked up.
No, she never
saw it. But no, you're right. She just died to her boyfriend.
Yep. Allegedly.
Other than that, things, Michael just goes on a rampage trying to kill Lori because she comes over at that point. And then, yeah, one of the greatest endings to a movie ever.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty good.
All right, but I just
I
just watched The Sixth Sense the other day.
Okay, true, but so the way this movie ends, Loomis shoots Michael off the balcony, 6 shots
on a revolver. So all of the
shots in a revolver, and we get a shot of him laying there, and then when Loomis goes and looks over the edge, he's gone, and then that freaking awesome Halloween theme starts playing.
Oh, dude, the score is the best part of the whole movie.
Agreed.
It's terrifying.
It's great.
I'm not scared of the movie. The music, chilling.
We'll get to which ones we love. All right, so acting. Who do we think killed it and who do we think didn't kill it?
No, the acting was amazing.
Yeah, first off...
Lori did a good job, but there was only one thing where, Jamie Lee Curtis as Lori. Mm-hmm. The part where he first broke into Tommy's house while she was babysitting, and she, turned around and stabbed him with a sewing needle was so nonchalant. It was weird.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of, terror and, desperation,
I also didn't understand on LetterBoxd why is the guy that plays Dr. Loomis listed first.
He's probably a more famous actor than Jamie Lee Curtis at the time.
It should be main character.
I know, but
Jamie Lee Curtis. She's listed first in the second.
They gotta entice people to see the movie.
She's listed first in the second one. That's 3 years later.
Okay, I'm just saying how it is. Okay, don't hate.
I just wrote that down. That's
okay.
Why is Dr. Loomis listed first?
That's fair.
Give us your thoughts on the comments.
I think he did. Yeah, please. Why do you think he's listed first? No, I think Loomis is doing some good acting for the time. Jamie Lee.
He just seems kind of unbothered most of the movie, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, that's fair. JLC, Jamie Lee.
Okay, bars.
Easy.
600 bars.
Can make a rhyme anytime, player.
Don't ever say that.
I think Jamie...
The kid's acting's not bad. All you want from a kid is don't be awful.
Tommy's not bad.
Yeah,
I agree. When
Lindsay's not bad.
When they're freaked out, they're freaked out.
Oh, dude, I don't know who it was. If it was both of them screaming, that scream when they're running out of the house is blood curdling.
It's pretty. Yeah,
it's a shriek.
It kind of sent a chill up my spine when they were like, "Run, get out of here!"
Yeah.
And Loomis is there. I think really the other.
No one did a bad job of acting.
Yeah, it's just kind of all around whatever. The little kids bullying Tommy were kind of.
Yeah,
cringe. But
they have one line.
He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you.
Yeah, boogeyman. They all have bowl cuts.
Hey, it's no Danny from The Shining.
Oh, definitely not. We want to talk about acting. Okay, we'll watch that next winter, maybe January, February.
Yeah,
I might just watch it.
Yeah, acting for this movie, it's pretty par. There's nothing really standing out. There's nothing really, too bad. That's like a deal breaker for this movie. Let's move on to the visuals. I've got a lot here.
We've
got a lot of notes on visuals.
Window shots, peak.
Well, dude, this movie does a great job.
Every shot where they're just showing him standing, and you got to kind of where's Waldo, but not really because he's the only person in the shot, but he's not right smack in the middle of the frame, is chilling.
I love any shot of him Any POV shot is great. Of him
Especially
walking.
the ones where he's like half of his body or just his head is showing.
Yeah, from like behind the corner.
Behind the car, behind the bush, behind the drying laundry.
Any of the foreground shots of Michael. So like where he's either in the background of something or the foreground. And I have listed like the laundry room.
Oh, yeah.
Where
what was the scene
she goes
when he popped, like his face slowly showed out of the shadow?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
So
That one.
the laundry room. So Annie's clothes are dirty. She's washing them, and he's behind the door, like through the window pane. You're like,
oh yeah,
gosh, he's right there. And then she looks away, and he's gone. The shot from the exterior of Tommy looking out, and you see him just in front of the White House.
Oh yeah,
that's
and
a great
Tommy like that was another thing. Tommy didn't freak out right away.
Yeah,
and then he starts freaking out.
Yeah,
I understand the timing on that.
The one you're thinking of is Jamie Lee Curtis finds all the bodies and she backs up to it.
Yep.
And this is what I'm saying. The way this movie shot is our main actor or our character in this scene, the way they're staged is they're off to one side of the camera. So there's a lot of dark to one side, right? So you're kind of looking in that darkness being like, where is he? Like for Bob, when he's in the kitchen, it's him at the sink, but on the right side of the screen, we have the fridge, the dark pantry, and the doorway. So you think he's going to pop in the doorway because that's what he's been doing all movie.
So you don't do something predictable.
Yeah, but then he's not. Yeah. And it's like, So like there's this one scene where she's up against the wall and to the left there's a dark doorway.
Yeah.
And you see the slow...
It's not even a jump.
Fade in of his
see kind of like...
freaky...
You question, is like, is it a burn mark on the... Like on the screen?
On the TV?
Yeah.
But it's his freaking white mask that's slowly turning blue.
It's William Shatner's terrifying face on Michael Myers.
Yes, and he's popping into the shot, into the light slowly, and you're like, he's right there.
Yeah.
Like that's great. It's such a...
It's like seeing you're in the middle of the ocean and there's nothing but blue and you slowly see like the outline of a great white shark coming out.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Like it's just, it's like unnatural. It's almost like paranormal. He's just there. Right? He's just there. I have the shot, like when the foreground and background shots, when Lori is, you think she stabbed him and he's laying there and she gets out of the closet and then he's laying there and as she's crying, the way it's framed is she's up close and to the left of the shot and he's in the background but to the right of the shot and he slowly sits up and he looks over at her and then you're like, you kind of go starts
it's too because he fully sits up without turning his head and then once he gets fully sit up he turns his head.
It's robotic.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's just
because he's supposed to be like kind of not human.
He's
like, this guy might be the Antichrist.
Creepy. It's creepy. They do a great job. I have window shot in the classroom. Let's see. When he just appears.
Oh, one thing I liked is when her and Annie are walking home from school, and it might have been her and Annie and Linda too. When the car goes by, and she knows that whoever's supposed to be driving that isn't, and we know it's Michael, that they have the shadow where you can't actually see his face.
Yeah.
So, Annie's like, oh, that's what's his face. He's cute. And she was like, no, I don't think that's him.
Yeah. And it's stuff
but
like...
you can't actually see that it's Michael.
Yeah, it's too dark in the car for somehow. I just thought of some stuff about the plot that I forgot to go over. Michael thought of everything. He's Batman. When Lori tries to escape. Lori's trying to escape. And, dude, Michael's thought of everything. He's got a freaking rake blocking the door on the outside. And I'm like, genius.
Yeah.
You're just...
Also, how does he... But also, like, how do you not make noise doing that?
You're 10 steps ahead. He's 10 steps ahead. I also have... The neighbor. What's wrong with the neighbor?
The neighbor.
She gets cut and she's screaming.
Banging on the door of her neighbor's house after she ran out of Annie's house? Yes, she went to Annie's house. She came out. She goes to the door, the one right next to her. And the guy turns on the light, the porch light, looks out the window, sees her out there, sees it's not like some crazy homeless person, and then turns the light back off and doesn't answer the door.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
That guy's in hell.
Yeah. What is wrong with you, dude? Like, at least open the door and be like, what's wrong? What's wrong? But he just leaves her out there. My take is I think maybe he thought it was like another trick for Halloween.
True. Yeah.
But
because that was the interesting part about the beginning of the second one is when Dr. Loomis comes out and the neighbor comes out and he's like, who was that? I've been getting trick-or-treated to death all night. Yeah, it probably wasn't the same neighbor, but if that's what they were trying to make it, props.
Yeah. Another crazy scene that I love is the scene where she runs back to the house, but it keeps cutting to a shot of Michael like walking across from the house, across the street, and it's like, dude, if I would be dead. Like, I would hate seeing that. It'd be so freaking scary.
Well, I definitely wouldn't go back into another house. I mean, I guess she probably felt a responsibility where like, oh, the kids are in there, I gotta protect the kids.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to think. Do you remember any other super scary shots that you liked of this movie? Where, whether
I'm
it's
just gonna wait for this one right here.
favorite scene.
Yeah. Well, okay. If we're gonna allowed to do the second one, the second Halloween, the shot where the nurses are standing behind the desk and you can see over their shoulder, and he kind of just walks out of that one room across the hallway into the other one. That was chilling.
Yeah, that is pretty. I have that one written down as well, but
I was like, he didn't see it, and I was like, rewind that. You need to see what just happened.
Yeah, I have that one written down for the second one, but soundtrack, guys.
Not really a soundtrack, just score. They don't have
score.
They don't have.
I wrote it down.
Songs in there. They just have
score is insane.
And the other thing that you mentioned earlier, that one of the coolest parts of the score is the fact that the director also made the music. Sick.
I have selected 3 of them in the.
That music to me is scarier than any music in horror movie ever.
The score for this, I have selected 3 of them from this, just as like this is so good.
Yeah, Chandler's a nerd.
I love movie scores, dude. I think they elevate.
Dude, we were playing a game one time where they were like played a song and they were like, "Oh, what movie is this from?" And I was like, "I watch a lot of movies. I can't tell you what any of unless they play like the Lion King soundtrack. Obviously, I can tell you that."
Dude, movie scores are up my alley. I can really figure it out by just
obviously I've heard that song before, but I don't remember what movie.
So we have like the main theme, the main title is just. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I don't know if we can play it for copyright, but yeah, what Levi did. Laurie's theme is good. It's a slow build. It's usually shown when Jamie Lee Curtis is on screen. And then the one that I looked up towards the end of the second movie, because I was like, what is the name of this?
Oh, yeah.
I Shazammed it, and I was
because
this one's...
The second one was like the same scores.
Just a little different tone.
Yeah. They added some instruments.
They did. I think it's more synthy.
Yep.
And
because it goes from 70s to 80s.
More 80s. The name of this one is awesome.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember.
Because I didn't know. Levi told me that this is what he's credited as. Michael's not called Michael in these movies. He's called The Shape, which is that's
cool.
Very cool.
Yeah,
it's
scary.
Scary. Again, unnatural, just a shape of something. But this song is called "The Shape Stalks," and it plays whenever Michael keeps getting back up. It's like, oh man, you give it a listen. I don't know if we can play it. Maybe I can play like 5 seconds of it. I'll have to look it up. But dude, great score. We have a Halloween party coming up, and I'm definitely gonna. I'm in charge of this playlist, and I'm gonna throw these 3 in there just to have them in there because it's so good. Such a good score, and like Levi said, when you have the director also do the music,
name another movie where that happens. I don't think you can.
I don't think so.
There probably is one, but not as good as that for sure.
Not as iconic as that.
It's easily like top 5 most iconic scores of all time.
Yeah, you hear it and you're like, yeah, this is haunting.
It's hair on the back of your neck stands up.
Such a good score for real, and like him just walking with the music playing.
I think it's the best part of the movie.
I do too. It gets me hyped for Halloween. I'm a big Halloween guy.
Yeah.
You got anything else to add before we move into final thoughts?
No.
All right.
I think I went through everything on here.
As we're preparing to close, it's been so fun. First episode, had a blast with this. Before we close, I want to also say that our schedule for these will be the beginning of the month. We're going to do one every 2 weeks. So the beginning of the month will be just me and Levi, and then the latter half of the month we'll have a guest, one of our friends on, and we'll
let them choose the movie.
Yeah, we'll let them choose a movie and watch whatever they want to watch.
And we'll always ask them their top 5 movies.
As we close, we have a couple of things we want to go over. This has just been such a fun time, and we can't wait to do this. We've been planning it for a couple weeks now. We immediately talked about it, and our friends were like, "You guys should do it just for fun." And
shout out Speak No Evil.
Yeah, shout out Speak No Evil. That was the movie that this catalyst from, because we were like, I would love to talk about this movie. Me and Levi were the only 2 in that theater, and it was after our Bible study. We just drove halfway across town to go watch this movie, just me and him, and it was such a fun night. So as we close, this will just be a normal thing we do towards the end, but. For final thoughts, Levi, what would you change about this movie if you were directing it? Is there anything you would like to see?
The only thing off the top of my head that I can think of is just the one scene when Michael Myers breaks into Tommy Doyle's house where Laurie is at, and I think he missed her with a stab, and he hit the couch, and she stabbed him with a sewing needle, I would have just gave her a little more emphasis on the. It felt kind of anticlimactic.
Dramatization.
Yeah.
A little more impact.
Yeah.
A little more.
Also, her like when she got stabbed in the arm, there was like no blood.
Yeah,
that's what I noticed about the beginning of the second one is her arm was a lot more bloody, and I was like, that's how it should have been. In the first
she would
one.
be bleeding like crazy.
Yeah.
Things I would change. I think Bob's kill was great, but I think other than that, it's just kind of choking or throat slice, which it's like, I mean, I get it. This is the kind of the
many kills so.
Is this the beginner of slashers? You would say?
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
Grant, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is older than this.
Okay, well, my take is like, yeah, give us a little more juicy kills, dude. Like, give us like some. I mean, not as you don't have to go all out graphic, but just some, I guess, more unique ways to kill our cast. You know, because it kind of felt like everyone just got choked.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre is 4 years older than this.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's the start of slashers, you know, kind of.
Yeah.
Thing.
Same decade.
But like, yeah, give me a little more, just a little different variety of who. So
that was what was interesting about the second one. More graphic. It was a lot more graphic.
Yeah, and
chick got her face. She got
melted.
She got drowned in while she was burning.
Boiling water.
When people always ask you, would you rather drown or burn to death? She did both.
Yeah, which is horrific. And the makeup team for that killed it.
Favorite scene.
Yeah. You're asking me what my favorite scene is?
No, I just pointing out that you spelled it wrong.
I did spell it wrong. Favorite scene. My favorite scene. There's two that come to mind, but if I had to pick one,
I have two also.
It's the scene where Tommy's looking out the window and he's just standing there.
Yeah.
And he's like looking away or over at the door.
And then he's trying to convince Lori and Lindsay that he saw someone standing out there.
And he's gone.
And Lori's like, "There's no one out there." And Lindsay's like, "I believe you." And we're like, "All right, Lindsay."
Okay, Lindsay, chill out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We get it. You like Tommy.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite scene, dude?
Close second was the one you talked about earlier where he slowly like peeks out of the back over Lori's shoulder. But I think the best one was a callback to an earlier scene. So there was one scene where Dr. Loomis was walking up with a undertaker to the cemetery, and you notice there's a gravestone gone, but it doesn't tell you what's gone. So then later, after the first kill, he kills Annie in a car. He takes her back in the house, and when Lori walks in the house later to try and, because she can't catch him on the phone, Annie is splayed out across the bed with Michael Myers' mom's headstone. Sister, yeah, oh yeah. Michael Myers' sister, Judith Myers' headstone behind her head.
Yeah, I forgot about that scene. That scene, I gasped. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Also, a headstone probably weighs like 1,000 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Well, that's funny that you mentioned that, because not going back into it, but like, I first thought he like took his sister's body out of the ground. I was like, that's kind of weird. And then
they just showed a hole. That's all they showed.
I was like, oh my gosh, that's even weirder. Like that's crazy. Yeah. You got a favorite performance from this?
Probably just Lori. I think that's she's got the most screen time, and she never really misses.
All right, I've got.
And she also doesn't panic. I feel like.
Yeah,
but like in a realistic kind of way. You panic because you're human, but
yeah, she's kind of chill for most of the movie, except for like when she starts figuring out things are actually going crazy and there's somebody chasing her. But you're gonna laugh at my favorite performance because I just thought of it on the fly. Mine is Michael Myers.
Okay.
Because I think for no lines, he really sells the like unnervy like walk. Because performance isn't always about line delivery.
Did you like the part where
body language.
They showed his face a little bit?
No.
You didn't like that?
Nah, we don't need that.
True.
I'd prefer.
It's interesting. It's a little twist.
I know. I forgot that was in there.
Me too.
I kind of prefer that they wouldn't have. You know.
I like not seeing his eyes behind the mask. I kind of don't like when
just like it's black.
Yeah.
It's just like shadow. Yeah, I agree. But I also think that just keep the mask on, man. There's just no need.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all we have for our final thoughts. We're gonna give you guys some similar genre.
So I have a couple in the Halloween series. Outside of the first two, most of them are garbage. Yeah. But like I said earlier, the Rob Zombie 2007 remake isn't amazing and it's very grimy. But if you watch it for the backstory into Michael Myers as a kid, it kind of makes the first one a little more interesting. Yeah. The 2018 remake is also pretty good. And then the most underrated one in the series, Halloween H2O, 20 years later. I
haven't seen that one.
That one, dude, Jamie Lee Curtis like moves to California and he tracks her down.
Oh my gosh.
In the ending, I loved the ending. Just because I was like, they should do this, but they won't, and then they did. So,
Dang.
yeah.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah. It's pretty good. As far as slashers, though, because, like, not just horror in general, I'm just going to say a bunch of horror movies. Horror, slasher. Scream is my all-time favorite.
Scream is good.
Scream, Black Christmas.
Black Christmas is crazy.
Weird sneak peek. We're going to do that one at Christmas time.
Cover that one. That one's so good.
With the special guest.
John. Is that John?
Yeah.
Oh, John's going to have a playground.
Friday the 13th is not that good. Nightmare on Elm Street is okay.
My rec would be The Shining.
Yeah, I guess that is a slasher. Yeah, definitely it's Shining. I mean,
Yeah, I would
that list, that one's the best.
I would recommend that just for Jack Nicholson's performance alone.
I mean, everyone's performance in that movie. Granted, there's like 5 people in that movie.
But yeah, that's a slow burner movie. But yeah, to your point, it's not really that much of a slasher.
It's hard to make a slasher like
Psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Or psychological horror movie is The Shining, but I do
Yeah,
think
because he gets
it's like
a couple kills in that movie.
one.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Jeepers Creepers, not bad.
Yeah, okay.
Jeepers Creepers pretty good.
I'd rec Jeepers Creepers.
I like Jeepers Creepers. It's a lot.
What about 2? You like 2, number 2?
With the bus and
Yeah, that's the one I remember.
Now the first one, dude, it's creepy. Justin Long, I love Justin Long.
Yeah, he's good.
But when he gets down there and there's like the wall of bodies, dude,
Solid movies.
terrifying.
Yeah, my rec would be The Shining or Jeepers Creepers.
My rec would definitely be Black Christmas and Scream.
Okay, those are fantastic.
Those are great movies.
Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know this is a long one. Hey, we had a blast tonight.
Make sure to check us out on LetterBoxd too.
Check us out on LetterBoxd. Please mention in the comments y'all's favorite movies. We'd love to see it. And
Give us your hot takes.
Give us your hot takes.
Tell us we sucked.
Yeah, tell us what we can change. We're always
Down for suggestions.
down for suggestions and down for
Improvements.
Improvements is the word.
Constructive criticism, actually.
Yeah, but also you guys got to remember we are low budget. We're just having fun with this. We're just here. We're drinking rum and bourbon and just chilling and talking about our favorite movies.
Must have had a little too much bourbon because I'm not drinking any rum.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, no, thanks guys. Thank you so much, and happy Halloween.